Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Felix and welcome to AIN Learning Unit 2 as I go through with you the second learning unit. I hope you, before you listen to this one, I hope you have gone through the first one, and from the first one is going to be a build up to this one. So remember, AIN, especially for someone without a computerized background or knowledge based of what happens, or just a phobia of what could be this intimidating module, do go through the first video that I made and try to understand. If you have additional questions, I'll be able to help you from then. But if you are just starting on this video, it won't be so much helpful because this is just going to be a build up from what I was saying previously. And yeah, so remember to like, remember to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Your subscriptions are very much important, and remember to share the recording if you feel it can help someone who might be in a similar situation as you. So again, unfortunately, I can't be publishing parts of the Unisa study guide. So if you'd want a copy of the study guide, you can find it on Telegram groups, and you can just download it from there. There is a Unisa bot where you can just tell it that you want to join a AIN 1501 group, then it can definitely send you that one. Or you can go to Gimme Notes, or most likely you might have it, depending on how they've structured my Unisa, and if they are going to be putting things in order for you to get a clear understanding of what's going to be happening here. So just a refresher of what we talked about, right? Just a refresher of what we talked about. A refresher of what we talked about. We talked about information systems and what is a system as a background, right? So a refresher, just to quote them at number 9, is number 9 of chapter 1. An information system is a set of integrated elements or components that collect, which is the input part, manipulate the process, manipulate, which is the processing, and disseminate, which is the output, data and information, to provide feedback mechanisms to make sure that the objective has been reached. So basically, the idea with you creating a system, you have an objective that you want to get to. So in getting to that objective, you're going to need two or more components, basically, from the definition. So the one that I just read out for you is the information system one. So the reason why I started there is because they now talking about an accounting information system. Like the wording here, guys, I'm sure if you are in this faculty, you are not the most creative person, because accounting is not for creative people. It's almost like they're adding words to the left, if you can notice. We started by defining a system. Then from defining a system, we went by to define an information system. Then from defining an information system, we're now adding a word, accounting information system, an AIS. So how are you going to understand what is meant by this thing? It's still the same thing. You are combining two or more elements and you're putting them within a process in an accounting concept in order for you to get a desired output. Visualize visualize a program like WhatsApp, for instance. Visualize a program like WhatsApp. WhatsApp is going to be running on your cell phone. It's going to be running on a computer if you're in a computer. It's going to be running on your cell phone. So you are the one who's going to text the message. So let's say, for example, not to throw shade or something, if you have broken English, like if you text broken English, you're gonna put broken English. I was fine, or I will be fine, or whatever broken English that you might put there, and you press send. So the moment you press send, you have imputed a message into a communication system. So that application then transports that message in real time to the next user, who then gets, oh, this one has said this. So just envision something like that, but in an accounting sense. The unfortunate part about the reason why I'm telling you this, because it's unfortunate the way that they started this specific study unit. There's nothing here at number 2 that speaks to what an accounting information system is, but they go through a history dump where they are telling you about things that were happening in 2018, 2008, 2016, 2013, 1998 and stuff. And people who know or who've been with my tutorials, I would really rather stick to what matters, make you understand, and we move on. This history dump is not gonna help one thing about it, help you understand what an accounting information system is at all, right? It's not. Then they go to talk about the application of AIS. The application is just talking about usage. So instead of them getting into the usage of it, they went on to also give you another history lesson. And you can go there and do read the history lesson there. But the crux of it is that accounting system. Remember, we talked about measurement, how you're going to be measuring, right? So that accounting system must also blend in with the things or the cause of accounting as per your FAC, right? The information that you're gonna be getting as an output must be relevant, must be reliable, it must be timeless, and it also has to have understandability, it has to have completeness, and it's something that should be verifiable, right? So there should be like enough internal controls on that application to make sure that the information that you are entering, you're imputing your sales figure is 1 million. And at the end on the financial report, we don't need to see 1,100,000 and your journal is saying 1 million. That's basically what they mean here. They mean when the system is now like in full operation, the information that you're going to get from the system must be relevant, it must be reliable, it must be timeless, it must also be understandable, completeness and verifiability. If I was talking to FAC, if it was an FAC session, I was going to be explaining individually what these things are, but this is not an FAC session, so it's AIN. So it's a bit unfortunate. So I would rather suggest you go through again chapter 1 if you're not really so comfortable about what a system is, what an information system is, and what is it in an accounting sense. Right, so then they go about and then they now start to talk about your ERP, accounting information system implementation under enterprise resource planning, ERP, and successful decision making. They enjoy throwing around this ERP thing, but it's more related to human resources than accounting. So don't really get too confused with it. We don't really deal much with ERPs, but they tend to work much in the other side, not the cause. They go here by saying uh, AIS implementation under the ERP and successful decision making indicates firstly AIS implementation under ERP, deadly model and stuff. Why it's problematic, and I get why you get confused when you get to this chapter, is the writer of the study guide is already assuming that you know what an ERP is and what it is used for, and it's not always the case. So don't really, what can I say? Don't take it too seriously. Like don't take it too seriously that you don't know what an ERP is all about. And also don't waste your time studying it, because it's not going to be relevant for any of your studies. To be honest, it's not going to be relevant to any of your studies. They just wanted to drill down a point that says if your application, if your accounting information system is accurate, you are able to make better decisions. So ignore what they're saying there about ERPs. It's not really that important as per your study, right? So they're talking about a career in accounting information systems. I don't know why they did this, but it's chapter 2, so we have to also cut them some slack. But I know it's throwing you into such a big confusion. Just read through it, read through these parts. They are not even, for lack of a better word, they're not relevant. They're not relevant. And it knocks your confidence down as a student, where you're getting through information that you're not really sure, is this something that I have to make sure that I master? Is this something that I just have to read through? So nah, it's not really something that you have to master. Then there's an organogram of components of a computerized information system, right? So the components of a computerized system, you have to understand and know this part. We have the hardware, we have the software, we have the people, we have the procedure, and we also have the various databases that are going to be used. So the hardware is that machine, the software is the programs that are going to be running on that machine, the computer. People is the person who's going to be inputting or to who's going to have access to the machine. The procedure, those are the policies of the organizations, the internal controls and everything that seeks to make sure that the right things are done and they're done at the right time. Databases, you have to also be talking about the securities around certain information and things. So that's basically it around the components of a computerized information system. So you mustn't really be terrified about it. It's not complicated. Types of information systems and their functions. There's one which is a transaction processing system. You have a knowledge work, you have an office system, decision support system, management system, executive support system, and they already now want you to do an activity. So yeah, it was just a unit that was there, that was just put there, in my own opinion. But don't allow it to knock your confidence. They put in a lot of things that are not even relevant to the studies that you're going to be doing. Because remember, when you're doing a program, it's supposed to be interlinked, and some of the issues that they raise, they're not so ayoba, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Thank you for reaching the end of this video. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Remember to like, share, and yep, I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much.